download. When the downloads be downloading, okay, and I tell you guys all the time, if you listen to your intuition, the more you listen to your intuition, the clearer it becomes, the louder it becomes, okay? And your intuition isn't, for me, it's like I could be washing the dishes and I just get this thought that pops in my head, like this message. Stop depending on man. And the reason that you depend on man, because you believe that man can give you something more than what God can give you. Child. I don't know who that's for, but man cannot give you more than what God can give you if God created me. Let's just do a moment of silence, because when the downloads be download and you just gotta pause for a second. You just gotta take a moment of silence and just stare out into space. Okay? You A lot of things that you tend to do, you are dependent on man so much that you have forgotten your power. You forgotten your power. You dependent on man so much. You looking for man to validate you when God created you, and you are created in God's image. And here you are looking for man to validate you. Clearly, you don't know who you are. If God created you and God is within you and you seeking validation, then that means that you don't know who you are. And what you going to attract is other people who don't know who they are. And so they only going to give you what they currently have right now. Is them not knowing exactly who they are. Okay? Oh, child. When I was washing the dishes, that message just came through. The reason why you say yes to men when you really want to say no to them is because you are so concerned about their feelings when their feelings is not your when their feelings is not your responsibility. You heard what I said? The reason why you care so much about men and you operating so much based upon what men think of you as opposed to what God think of you. Some of you guys, you say, oh, I care more so about what God think of me than what men think of me. No, you don't. No, you don't. That's a bold face out. No, you don't. Because if you do, then you would do what works for you as opposed of doing things what works for others. Let me tell you something. Everything that shows up in our lives is just a reflection of how we feel about ourselves. So when you say that this person mistreated you, honey, you was mistreating yourself because clearly you didn't know who you were. And clearly you don't know who you are. And the good news about when you come to a realization and knowing, like, you know what, I deserve better. I don't like the way my life is going. Then you can move accordingly. You don't owe anybody anything. And if somebody is upset because of your no, because you have chose yourself, then they selfish. And it has nothing to do with you. And I do believe that you have to be selfish. Because let me tell you something. You come first. As long as you put in everybody outside your existence first, okay, then you will continuously feel a certain way. A few weeks ago, my oldest daughter, she had told me she was coming. Right now, my oldest daughter, she moved out. She got her own place. And a few weeks ago, now my oldest daughter, she just had a baby, my grandbaby. Last month, this is what, March. So was it February? No, January, right? And when she wanted to come, I was like, no. And then the ego was saying to me, like, oh, you was wrong and all this other stuff. So I would go back and forth with myself and say, and whatever reason, no. And some of you guys, you feel like you got to explain your no. If you don't want it, no, that's it. And so what she did was, my oldest daughter, I was like, not right now. Not right now. And my grandbaby is 2 months now. And so she called me the other day. She was telling me about her boyfriend's uncle or something, okay, who just passed or something. And she said that she was coming up here. And she thinks she's slick. My oldest daughter, she used words to make me feel a certain way. And I had to ask myself, Dina, like, why do you feel that way? Because what she said was, she said, oh, we was coming up here only if you would have us. And then I felt guilty. And then I said, you know what, come on. But right now, I had a part of me where as though it's like, I'm doing this mentor thing. I'm getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning and stuff like that. So I really wanted to say, but I said yes. And so you are going, I never forget when Miss Iyanla Vanzant said, she said, you are going to have to be willing to stand alone, because sometimes in life, you're going to want to say no. And that ego is going to tell you all types of stuff. That ego is going to say yes. That ego is going to tell you, oh, the way people gonna look at you, the way they gonna see you. But you have to understand that if when you say yes to them, you say no to yourself. Now I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning now. And I don't know how my grandbaby sleep. I don't know how she sleep. And so one of the things that you have to understand is you have to put yourself first. And we've been taught, oh, it's selfish if you put yourself first. If you continuously put yourself on the back burner, what do you think that other people gonna do? Remember, we get a reflection of how we treat ourselves. The way we treat ourselves, that is the reflection that we get from other people. And that's exactly why I say, before they mistreated you, you was mistreating yourself. Before they lied to you, you was lying to yourself. Some of you guys, you keep asking the same people the same exact thing. And you know exactly how they gonna feel. You know exactly that they don't want to do it. And then you keep on asking them. And then you say stuff like this. Well, if you didn't want to do it, you should have just said it. But why do you keep on punishing yourself? Why do you keep on punishing yourself? Why do you keep inflicting pain on yourself? Well, inflicting suffering on yourself. If you have someone in your life and they're a compulsive liar, I mean, they come to your house, they just lie all the time, right? Or maybe they have sticky fingers. I mean, they thieves, they steal. Okay, you gotta call a thing a thing. All right, we got so mushy and stuff. Oh, I don't want to say this. No, they thieves. Okay, they steal. They know they steal. You know they steal. And when they come to your house, you leave them in your house, knowing that they steal. And when you come back, your stuff is gone. And then you ask them, now they still in they lie. And you ask them, did you see my stuff? Did you steal my stuff? And they say no. And then about a few days later, come to find out they had all your stuff. And then you ask them this rhetorical question, just silly. Why did you lie to me? Well, the reason they lied was because they liars. Hey, Jada. Where's she at?
She downstairs. I think it's down here.
Oh, all right, family. I gotta go because my daughter is here now. All right, I'm gonna talk to you guys in a few minutes.
Bring it up.
Oh, okay.